Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, Ibrahim. How are you doing?
Good morning.
I have to say, what a brilliant mind to look at scraps and think, I want to make something tangible out of this, something useful. You know, that's amazing. I'm so inspired by his story.
Absolutely. That's right.
Thank you guys very much. Good morning, guys. As usual here on Trending Now, if it's trending, we are talking about it because TVC constantly has our finger on the pulse. In our first story, it's a very somber one. A hotelier in Ejigbo, Lagos, identified as Macdonald Okpara, has been arrested for allegedly sodomizing a 16-year-old secondary school boy and 4 other teenagers at his hotel. Let's take a look at this video.
I swear with my life that is only sex that I had with him.
With who?
Edozie. That I never use him for any ritual. I swear in the name of my late parents that are on the grave. I swear with my children, Brian, Avis, Opera, my son, that I never did anything ritual. It was just sex. If I do it, let God take away my life and my generations.
Are you telling me the truth?
I am telling you the truth, officer.
Between you and God?
Between me and God.
It's only sex you have with him?
It's only sex I have.
You didn't take this boy for shrine any...
I didn't.
Now, the petition filed against this man, Okpara Macdonald, alleges that he took the victim to his house in Egbeda, assaulted him, gave him 5,000 naira, and warned him not to tell anyone. Well, of course, Nigerians online are rightly reacting to this heinous act. Let's take a look at some social commentary. The billionaire wife says, the repetition of admittance will remove any claim of confession under duress. Brilliant intelligence officer. I completely agree. He deflected there. Alhaji Don tweeted, as if having same sex with a minor isn't a crime enough. Does he even know the punishment for his crime? Somebody should remind him. I think it's branded in our minds, that's 14 years. Kelly Ejigbo Dion says, crimes like this should attract the death penalty. I cannot wrap my head around it. He even had the guts to start mentioning his children's names. It shows you how much he has compartmentalized his crime. Omo Akim says, even young boys aren't safe anymore. God, I beg. That is wonderful investigation by the officer who's handling that case. He deflected from the matter at hand and tried to focus on the ritual killings as opposed to, you know, the sodomy, and that really made the man confess. The story is still unfolding. In our next story, the Lagos State government has installed 4 new intelligent transport system sites to monitor traffic and enforce road safety laws. Now, according to the Transport Commissioner, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, the speed checkpoints are now active at Alakpere, Mobolaji Bank, Anthony Way, even Allen Avenue, and e-police cameras are also at Nuruddin Olookpopo Road. Now, offenders are facing 20,000 naira fines for running red lights and 50,000 naira for speeding. I have to say, slow down, guys. Let them not carry your whole salary. We're going to take some social commentary on this. Megamind tweeted, they better put up the speed limit signs where drivers can clearly see them. Ditto that. Amechi Ogbonna says, Korope, Danfo, and other Agbero sources of income have left the group chat. I think this will be a definite deterrent if they start finding them. Mr. Dipo says, why does the government love to charge big fines and penalties, but when it's time to provide for the citizens, they share a bag of rice for a whole village? Jamal tweeted, another way to steal money from car owners. Jamal, if you don't break the law, no one's going to steal money from you. I'm very curious as to know which of these stories piqued your interest, you guys. I'm particularly interested in this case of the sodomy of the 16-year-old boy. We're seeing gross abuse, and we're seeing a normalization and a desensitization to same-sex assault in this case.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. That man shouldn't have been allowed to speak. At this point, he should be behind bars, from my perspective, because it's all shades of wrong. You have children. They should even protect his children at this point from him, because a young boy, you sodomized him, and then you came out to start saying all sorts, swearing with even your generation that have no idea about what you did. Now you have brought them into the mix of your sin. This is bad. he should be behind bars. 14 years is even too small.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Because you took that out of my mouth. Because the Section 214 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria it actually categorizes it as unnatural sin or unnatural crime. So 14 years imprisonment. I do not know what justification he has. Maybe someone like this should be sent to the United States so that Trump would deal decisively with him, because it's so sad. Now you're cursing your generation, you're cursing your children, that if you've done it for ritual, so and so. No, come on, this is just, it should not be swept under the
that
carpet.
boy's life has been changed forever.
Honestly.
Psychologically,
kudos to his father.
In every way. Yes, kudos to his father, but the impact on the boy himself cannot be overemphasized. Right now, we cannot even categorically say what it is that is going on with the boy.
Thank you guys so much for your input, as always. Very empathetic and taking a strong stance. In international news, the UK Conservative Party leader, Kemi Badenoch, has announced plans to tighten immigration rules, proposing that migrants must live in the UK for at least 15 years before becoming eligible for British citizenship. Now, under this plan, the period before migrants can apply for indefinite leave to remain will increase from 5 to 10 years. Ms. Badenoch says that the move aims to ensure long-term commitment before gaining citizenship. I don't particularly enjoy doing Kemi Badenoch stories. I think there's so many much more problems in the country, but alas, my mandate is to tell you the trending stories. Let's take some social commentary on this. Chofamba says, you've gone from focusing on dealing with illegal immigration to destabilizing legal migrants who are settled and working hard and contributing to this country. Alex Kurtajik says, not unusual for migrants to want to close the door behind them. They chose another country for a reason. We also saw this with Rishi Sunak. Ubong Abia says, this idea is crazy. It amounts to financial exploitation of legal immigrants and will drive away talent. And finally, Joseph had this to say. He says, I still can't get over the leader of one of Britain's oldest political parties proudly calling other natives of where she grew up her ethnic enemies, and she still remains in that seat. We're seeing a new world order, mass deportations in the United States of America, tougher immigration laws all around. Even Nigeria, just 2 weeks ago, deported about 800 migrants. The issue with this and the main concern is that people are saying that this is going to create a permanent guest syndrome, in which you have migrants who are actively contributing to an economy, but don't get the benefits of the social security and the financial security that comes with contributing to said economy. But moving on now, in our final story in international news, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order banning transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. Now, this is a move that delivers on a key 2024 campaign promise that he made. The order is titled Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports, and it mandates immediate enforcement, especially against schools and athletic associations. Now, this decision has reignited debates on gender identity and fairness in sports. Some supporters argue that it protects competitive integrity, while critics see it as discriminatory. We're going to take some social commentary. Gunther says, we are blessed to have a president who protects women and children. Female spaces are very sacred, and we must protect that. Dude says, the fact that men were competing in women's sports is detestable. Cora Munro says, men, say it with me, men cannot play in women's sports, aka Title IX. Let's take a look at this video, please.
This executive order, the war on women's sports is over. Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
Ibrahim, I bet you I could beat you in a game of football, maybe even boxing.
Unfortunately, we can't compete. You know, I support Trump wholeheartedly on this.
Hallelujah! One thing that Ibrahim is supporting Trump.
I've supported a lot of things that he's doing, right? But then this, I support him. How can you have a woman, you know, and a man, you know, in fisticuff, and then you expect the woman to beat the man. What did you just say, Olamide? You can't even beat me. So I support Trump on this.
And it's good that Trump has banned it.
Yeah, there has been cases of abuse and all of that, perhaps in the dressing rooms or locker rooms, as they are called. But it is good that he has now stated where the U.S. stands with regards to this. And then on Kemi Badenoch, I really do not like talking about her story, frankly speaking. I think she just wants attention, and we have given her too much of it. So I am not saying anything about Kemi Badenoch.
Well, I don't think it's attention. We have to remember that she's of the Conservative Party, and that we know what they stand for. So they like it. She's saying what they want in the Conservative Party, regardless of the fact that she's got a dark skin. She's now thinking white. She's thinking in the line of the Republicans in the US. So let it be for them. At the end of the day, labor, the skilled laborers that are coming into the United Kingdom, they won't have much of them. They won't have many of them any longer. And even skilled laborers, they will also have, issues.
Let's see how that even plays out.
So if he's going to win an election,
I'm not giving Kemi Badenoch any more airtime. We have pressing issues in this country, and stories that is
Thank you. You understand me, right?
But it's okay. We just have to talk about it. That's our job.
Unfortunately, yes, we have to talk about it. You don't do. Now, thank you. This is where we have to wrap things up on the program for today. Let's let you know that the views and reaction of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC. Up next is Your View with the ladies, and afterwards is This Morning with Yori Folari. Do stay safe.
I'm waiting for Ms. Veronica to
Come on.